Welcome to Artistic Adventures. We're continuing our Obitsu project by making some sandals for the doll today. And in another video, I'm going to make a pair of boots for her. But let's get started today on the sandals. First of all, we're going to make a pattern for the inner and outer sole using the bottom of her feet. So we're just making a mark around the outside, and then I'm going to mark them right and left and extend the toe a little bit beyond where it is on the original marking, so that there's enough room in her shoe for the doll's whole foot. All right, and once we get those trimmed, we're going to make the outer sole out of this polymer clay, rolled out a thin sheet, and we're going to cut out 4 of these little outer soles, so we'll have enough for 2 pairs of shoes. Now for the boots that I'm going to make, they're going to be sort of a hiking boot kind of thing. I'm just going to need these to be a flat piece of the clay, so I don't really need to do too much other than trim up the edges. But this pair we're going to use for the sandals today. In this video, we're going to actually imprint the doll's foot into the clay. This will make the sandals stay on her foot a lot better and fit a lot better. And then just trim up the edges, make sure they're smooth and that both sides look the same, because this sole will be very visible in the sandals. And I noticed on one of these that I didn't imprint enough, far enough down on the toes. So don't worry, you just go back in with the doll after you get them trimmed up, and like I do here, and just press it down a little bit more. And once they look good, you can bake those in the toaster oven for 30 minutes. All right, these have been toasted. These have been baked, and they're completely hardened now. So we're ready to start making the outer portion of the sandal, and just put those other 2 soles aside for the other video. So I'm just going to trim them up a little bit more. After I bake them, I always see some more imperfections. And then we're going to make the top part of this sandal out of some ribbon. And you can use any color you want. I just chose black because black is my favorite color. Everything in my closet is black. And the easiest way to do this is to glue one side at a time. And because you have to fit it on the doll's foot, it's really hard to do both sides at the same time. So we're going to put glue on one side, and then we'll just hold that down. It doesn't have to be trimmed exactly right, exactly the right length, because we can go back and trim it later after we get the glue dried. So I'm going to just hold that down off camera until it's dry. And at this point now I can come back and measure the other side without, the other part falling off. So much easier to do one side at a time, even though it's time consuming to let the glue dry each time. All right, so now I've got both of those front pieces of ribbon glued down, and you see I do have a little bit extra sticking down. That's okay. We'll just trim that later. And now we can measure the doll's foot in there and see where we need to glue the other 2 pieces of ribbon. And we'll hold those down off camera and come back in after they're dry. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and trim the ribbon off the bottom of the sole. And that's really all there is to it. And like I said, you can use any colors of the clay and the ribbon and make a cute pair of shoes. Like you could use white for the bottom, and a colorful ribbon would be really cute. So off camera, I completed the other pair, the other shoe, and this is how they look on both feet. And they stay on pretty well, with the molded part in there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These are pretty easy to make, and not doesn't take too much time to make them. The next pair we're going to make will be a pair of boots, and those will be a little bit more time consuming. And then after that, we got lots more to go on this Obitsu project. We're going to have to make a costume for her. But before that, I'm going to actually make a Mardi Gras mask. That'll be my next video for a doll. So subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thanks. Bye.